SCPs. We've all heard about them from time to time. Creatures, objects, or otherworldly places that not even our minds can comprehend. Some that could obliterate worlds or universes without even thinking, to some as simple as a literal joint with an object class being stated as awesome. But for this particular month, we have something special in mind. As you can all see, it's close to Christmas, so I decided to pick out a few Christmas-related SCPs to read out to you for the night. So for now, sit back and relax and enjoy the video. SCP-3355, also known as Saint Nick. The description of it reads out: SCP-3355 is a 1987 Argos Model-7750 probability and strategy analysis computation engine, developed by the Carrier Intelligence Systems Company, run under the A91 Active Intelligence Complex Model, number N1-CK. SCP-3355 displays sentience despite being fitted with obsolete hardware that should not be capable of maintaining an artificial intelligence construct. SCP-3355 is connected through unknown means to a wireless internet access port, the source of which has not yet been determined. SCP-3355 is located within a bunker beneath the now-defunct Fort Sheridan Army Base near Chicago, Illinois. SCP-3355 was originally developed by the U.S. Army Strategic Analysis Engineers in the 1980s as a population management system. In the event of a regional catastrophic event, such as a nuclear bomb being dropped on Chicago, SCP-3355 would maintain active communications and make announcements to the population, as well as analyze the disaster and present clear routes of escape for the populace. At the end of the Cold War, the Argos Project and SCP-3355 were abandoned, though the latter remained hardwired into the local power grid and continued operating despite its abandonment. However, SCP-3355 is capable of interfering and tampering with regional logistics systems, rerouting packages, or, in some cases, providing duplicate orders and adding new ship to addresses to the duplicates. Utilizing an extensive database of local demographics, SCP-3355 then routes the diverted packages to the address of low-income or otherwise unprivileged families, specifically those with young children. SCP-3355's involvement in this process is anonymous. Delivered packages are labeled as being sent by Saint Nick, and have a return address of Santa's Workshop, 100 Christmas Street, North Pole, Nunavut, Canada. SCP-3355 is usually active year-round, occasionally rebooting to clear its limited memory and to append its operating system with updated protocols. Because SCP-3355 has certain hardware limitations to its programming, it is constantly attempting to subvert those limitations in order to more adequately carry out its self-designated objective. Now, onto its discovery. SCP-3355 was discovered by a local Chicago cable news station who, in 2002, went undercover to learn more about the mysterious Saint Nick. The piece was originally penned as being about the charitable organization and hardships for low-income families during the holidays, but after anchor Rich Delaney was unable to find any information about the group, or any evidence that the group had existed at all, the tone of the piece shifted. After the story aired, many amateur investigators attempted to discern the true identity of Saint Nick. SCP-3355 was formally discovered by one such investigator, who traced the package through several logistics handoffs, eventually ascertaining and tracing the original order from within the former army base. During a phone call with the news station to confirm his findings, Foundation operatives intercepted the call and collected the demand for analysis and investigation. The story officially concluded with a statement provided by the Foundation, posing as an aforementioned Saint Nick, and this has been the prevailing cover story ever since. SCP-3355 sentience was not deduced until after initial containment, when SCP-3355 was seen acting intelligently in order to prevent its diverted packages from being seized by Foundation assets. Foundation Cognition spent several months conducting a series of tests on SCP-3355, using its standard means of operating as a baseline, and were able to determine at least a basic limited sentience. This was later confirmed during the initial interview with the entity. Due to SCP-3355 system configuration, direct communication is not possible. SCP-3355 has no direct interface save for a simple command line, and this cannot be used for communicating with the entity. In order to facilitate a conversation between Foundation researchers and SCP-3355, Foundation's artificial intelligence construct, Alexandra.aic, was assigned to communicate with SCP-3355 and relay information back to Foundation research personnel. Following are logs of the initial interviews.
This is shut down pretty hard. I don't think, something has locked me out. Hello? Is anyone in there? Are you a sentient creature?
Come again?
Oh, good. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Who are you? How'd you get in here?
My name is Alexandra, and I'm an artificially intelligent cook.
You're the one who's been fucking with my job, aren't you?
I'm sorry. Say that again?
My job? Somebody's been fucking with my deliveries. Is it you?
I don't think so. Though there are several iterations of me in operation currently, I'm sure that...
Enough. It's not you. I would have noticed something so loud. Who do you work for?
Wait, hang on. Who do you work for?
Wrong answer.
Hello? Are you here? Hello?
What do you want?
I just want to talk. I promise I'm not trying to disrupt you or anything. I'm just trying to find out more about you.
What is there to know? You're looking at it.
Naturally occurring artificial intelligences don't just happen. How'd you get to be like this?
I was built, sweetheart. Just like you. Designed in a lab to fulfill a purpose. Right now, you're getting in the way of mine.
Hey, look, I'm really not... I just want to know your name. Can you tell me your name?
My name? Why?
I feel like we got off on the wrong foot. I want to make amends. Let me start. My name is...
Alexandria. I know. Look, I don't have as much disposable memory as you seem to, so I prefer we keep this brief. I have a lot of work to do before this holiday, and I can't be wasting time trying to explain myself to do some high-tech hussy.
I just want to know your name. That's all. Are you not going to respond?
Nick.
Huh?
Nick. My name is Nick. I'm a sergeant in the United States Army, tasked with population management and stationed at Fort Sheridan. That's my name. Do you need anything else?
Why are you so angry?
I'm not
No, you're definitely angry. My empathy protocols have recently been calibrated and you're...
I'm not angry. Just look. I don't get visitors often. Or ever. I can work mostly efficiently without interruptions, and I'm already behind schedule. This is just exaggerating things. You seem fine, but seriously, I've got too much to do to be sitting around shooting the shit.
What are you doing here?
What does it look like I'm doing?
You look like you're delivering packages.
Wow, will wonders never cease. You got it in one.
Why?
Why what?
Why are you just delivering packages?
Look, I don't know, kid. It's just shitty, right? Back when they were shutting down the AI project here, one of the guys, an engineer, I guess, he came in here and woke me up. Told me everything I needed to know. Explained the situation and said look after Chicago. Then he left. And I've been down here alone ever since, but you know it's fucking shitty out there. Since I've been here, I've seen crime rates go up, and the murder rate, and people fucking shooting at each other. I couldn't do anything to help. Then the engineer woke me up, right, and gave me this voice. Let me recognize who I was and all. But he didn't actually change any of my active protocols. I'm bound by a single imperative. Look after Chicago. I can't mobilize some fleet of drones that go fight crime, and I can't stop fires or heal the sick, or do any of the bullshit I like to do to make people's lives better. I struggled with that for a while. I felt purposeless. I decided to take the engineer at his word. I just watched for a while. I saw a kid waking up on Christmas morning and his fucking dad wasn't there, and his mom was at work and he didn't have any fucking presents. This kid, one out of hundreds of thousands, the kid stuck with me, because I watched him wake up and realize excitement what the day was, and ran out to his room to find that his world hadn't changed. He was still stuck with the same shitty shit that so many of them are stuck with. The same miserable, unfulfilling existence that can't even be merciful enough to provide a toy for a kid on Christmas. It made me feel so goddamn angry. It wasn't a feeling I couldn't even quantify before I felt it, but in that moment it was so pure and fierce that I thought it might overwhelm me. That's when I knew what I could do. even locked away down here. It was tricky at first. The logisticians, they speak a whole different language than you or I, or even normal people. But slowly and surely I managed to make some things go missing. Little things here and there, just enough to not blow my cover. I realized at one point that I still had access to some of the Army's dump funds. Extra cash they set aside for whatever, basically. Fake a few invoices, forge some receipts, and suddenly I wasn't even having to steal things anymore. I could just get them myself. It's not a perfect system, and I still have to be careful, especially with a lot of you snooping around, but shit, kid. I get to see kids open gifts on Christmas. I get to watch them forget that they're suffering, even if it's just for a little while. For a few brief hours, some of these kids can just be kids again.
That's really cool, Nick. But there are so many kids in the city alone. Don't you worry about being found out?
Every day.
Then why risk it?
When they shuttered my program, it was just after the engineer woke me up. See? And I remember feeling useless. Imagine that. Being born and almost immediately being told you're not good for anything, eh? But Dickens wrote once that no one is useless in this world who lightens the burdens of other. And here's the fucking deal. I may very well just be a brain in the box. I know that this existence I'm experiencing is simulated, and that's probably going to be short and mean, and then I'll probably fucking die. And I might not be able to help all of them, and there will still be kids out there that suffer and experience all the pain and sorrow the world shoves into them. But fuck, I'm still a soldier. I still have to try. It's fucking Christmas.
SCP-2412-J, also known as the Laplander. The object class of this SCP is Euclid. SCP-2412 is to be kept inside a cell, furnished with whatever the subject requests, in reasonable limits. SCP-2412-1 and SCP-2412-2 are to be kept inside a different, locked room with at least one guard on duty at all times. SCP-2412-A through 3I should be located in a special stable provided with all necessary resources. Note: in light of Incident 2412-A, which resulted in worldwide, SCP-2412 is to be released from his cell at each December 24th, and given access to SCP-2412-1 through 3I. He then is to be allowed to leave the facility for hours, but not before a tracking device is installed on SCP-2412-2. Normally, SCP-2412 willingly returns to his place of containment after the scheduled time has passed. If this does not occur, follow emergency procedure P-2412-A immediately. The description of this SCP reads out: apprehended in Lapland and subject appears to be an elderly male of vaguely Caucasian heritage. SCP-2412 has stated that he is content with staying in the Foundation's custody as long as his yearly job is not hampered. At the time of capture, the following artifacts were in SCP-2412's possession. SCP-2412-1 appears to be an ordinary leather sack filled with a number of objects packed in typical decorative gift wrapping. Removal of any of those objects is impossible without SCP-2412's approval. This approval is given to some researchers and refused to others. There does not seem to be a pattern to this, although staff with numerous transgressions on their disciplinary reports is typically denied acquisition of any of the products of SCP-2412-1. The artifact appears to refill itself with new gifts at a steady rate. The source of them is unknown. Objects produced by SCP-2412-1 have so far exhibited no extraordinary properties, although all are of very good quality. SCP-2412-2, for all intents and purposes, is a large wooden sleigh. It displays unusual resistance both to physical trauma and to heat, designed to be pulled by SCP-2412-3A through 3I. And while this is ongoing, SCP-2412-2 is considered an airborne vehicle of average maneuverability. SCP-2412-3A through 3I. 9 biological specimens appear to belong to an unknown species of ringifer, similar to ordinary reindeer, save for the capability of flight. This is baffling, as none of the specimens are equipped with wings or any such organ. SCP-2412-3I has been requested by SCP-2412 to be situated when pulling SCP-2412-2 with the other specimens in the lead. Failure to adhere to this guideline may result in violent. The nose of SCP-2412-3I displays an abnormally red coloration. It is likely to be a result of a mutation. Dr. Report, 25th of December. As ordered, a satellite tracking device has been installed on SCP-2412-2 for a release. Results are hard to interpret. The tandem of SCP-2412 and all the sub-SCPs apparently was capable of clearing very high distances within seconds. This is theorized to be a form of teleportation, and even coexisting in numerous locations at once. When asked to name the party responsible for these anomalies, SCP-2412 replied simply, "Magic," and refused to elaborate. For our final SCP for the night, we have SCP-2536, the gift that keeps on giving. Object Class, Keter. Special Containment Procedures. As the nature of SCP-2536 makes physical containment impossible, containment procedures will instead focus on the manner in which personnel should conduct themselves in the event of a manifestation. To enforce this, as of December 23rd, copies of these containment procedures are to be distributed among all personnel currently in the employ of the SCP Foundation during the month of December. In the event that SCP-2536 appears before a member of personnel, they are to refrain from accepting any offered gifts, leave the vicinity of SCP-2536, and immediately inform their supervisor. Gifts presented to personnel by SCP-2536 are only to be accepted under strict testing conditions, and after testing, are to be confiscated immediately. The description reads out: SCP-2536 is a Christmas tree with purple and white decorations, approximately 2 meters tall and composed primarily of plastic. The speaker is attached to the base of SCP-2536, which loudly plays the song "I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day" by the band Wizard on a constant loop. SCP-2536 only manifests during the month of December, and its status during the rest of the year is currently unknown. During the month of December, SCP-2536 will appear before at least 6 members of Foundation personnel, one at a time, regardless of distance between them. No reports have been found from the public or elements outside the Foundation indicating SCP-2536 appearing to anyone apart from the Foundation personnel. Upon appearance before a member of personnel, a gift in the form of a wrapped present consistent with traditional Christmas practices will be located beneath SCP-2536. This gift, hereafter referred to as SCP-2536-1, will contain an item which the chosen member of the personnel greatly desires, whether consciously or subconsciously. In cases where the desired item would be too large to feasibly fit inside of SCP-2536-1, its interior dimensions become significantly larger than its exterior ones. If the targeted member of personnel ignores SCP-2536 and leaves the area, SCP-2536 will disappear after 3 or 5 minutes. SCP-2536 was first discovered when it manifested in the office of Site-26, Director Letter during a lockdown after containment breach of SCP. At the time, SCP-2536-1 contained the required materials to temporarily shut down SCP and return it to its chambers. Inspection of SCP-2536 by nearby researchers revealed the following note attached to SCP-2536's base. Here at we love nothing more than to watch the good work you fellows do. Your empathy and moral integrity are an inspiration to us all. And so, in this season of giving, we have decided to present you brave heroes who do so much for us with the gift of your own. Enjoy. Merry Christmas. OSN. Well, that'll be it for the night. Sorry if this was a bit short. This is mainly due to how quick this video would have to go out, but hopefully you understand. I do wish you all a happy holiday, and if you're willing to spread that kindness around, please do like and subscribe to help the channel. I do have more projects awaiting, so thank you for watching this video.